Let me show you how I did this Coraline design step by step. For the base, I'm using Star Lamp. This is from my brand's new Whimsy Halloween collection. This is a color shifting cat eye that just screams Coraline. It goes from blue to gold. For the chin area, I'm making it a little bit more pointy and then making a more exaggerated curved line and then connecting that to a more straight line. I tried to make the sides a little bit more boxy and then just drew in where her bangs are. For the neck, you just want to make sure it's very skinny with two slightly curved lines. Then I'm taking our new October Breeze gel polish and we're going to start drawing her raincoat. And for the hood, again, I'm just making sure it's not just a circle, kind of trying to add some irregular lines and curves. This is going to look like an orange blob right now, but we're going to go back and add in shading and more details. For shading, I'm using our art glass jellies. I'm using Etched Ember, which is a really fiery orange for like the inside of the hood. And then I'm using a black with a little bit of top coat just to outline everything. And then I'm adding in a little bit of white, kind of going back and forth between the different colors just to see where I need to add in more details, and I use the same October Breeze for the buttons. That Etched Ember jelly was perfect to add like more warmth and dimension to her jacket. For her hair, we're using our Midnight VHS gel polish. This is like a retro blue, and we're just going to start outlining where her hair is. The top of her head is just like a very flat upside down U, and we're just kind of sketching out the outline of her hair. Making another one of our art glass jellies. This is Glass Atrium, and using that on the edge of the hair and then a little bit on the inside. You can see that this is already starting to add a little bit more definition. I thought it would be fun to add that same Star Lamp cat eye to the inside of her hair, so I'm just adding a layer of that and then activating it with the magnet and then curing. And then I'm using Winter's Veil, which is a pearlescent white, just to draw in some strands of hair just so everything doesn't look so uniform. For her eyes, we're going to make a 3D button, so I'm just going to take a little bit of 3D gel and flatten it out with a pen or any sort of tool and then use a blue jelly over that as well. Then I'm drawing these very tiny X's. This was probably the hardest part of the design. Then just taking some black gel polish, drawing in her eyebrows. I kept her nose very simple, and then I'm using our Rose Solstice gel polish for the lips. For these details, the key is just to keep a little bit of product on your brush and use a very light pressure, or else the lines will come out too thick. To add a little bit more detail to her face, I'm taking a soft pink jelly. This is also another one of our Art Glass Jellies Rosette Paint, and then just concentrating that at the edges of the face. If you're going to use another one of our darker jellies, this is Crimson Wash, and use that at the very edges. This is more of a red, but it still works. It blends out super nicely if you use a small amount. And you'll see that just with these two colors, it added a little bit more definition to her face, and it doesn't look so flat, and it was super easy to do. Just cure and add your top coat, and you're done. I love how this turned out. I love the cat eye details in her hair, and I hope this helps.